Welcome back to the Quiet Car Podcast. On today's episode, we are going to discuss the long-awaited question of 100 man or one gorilla. Also,
That gorilla's name is Fanatics.
speaking of fanatics, they had a little meeting in town, maybe,
ATL.
and Patrick Mahomes is coming back home to Panini. But you already know what it is. Your boy Money right here. Ye was on the side of me right here. JP's on the
What
other
up,
side of
Bo?
me. Like every single episode, this week is sponsored by Connect Collect. Elevate your brand with Connect Collect. Turn your logo into a VIP statement piece. Craft it into a premium chain with a graded card in the core of it. It's more than just a charm. It's a wearable piece of art, a conversation starter, and a collectible designed to flex anywhere, anytime, any place. Okay? Upgrade your brand today with Connect Collect. Use code QUIET20 for 20% off at connectcollect.shop. Also, follow them on Instagram at Connect Collect, where logos meet luxury. Yay, Bo.
What up, Bo?
What Not Wednesday. Follow Yay on What Not Wednesday, YAYBO. That's YAYBO.
YAYBO.
What's on
Yay,
the
Bo.
menu for tonight?
Oh man.
The shop is always open, first off.
Hey, we got some sweet Marvel back actually, man, this week. So um definitely gonna have those open in the shop. Marvel, got some Power Blast, got some suspended animation, Black Cat, Wolverine, you know what I mean? Spider-Man. So yeah, we're gonna go a little Marvel action. Call out your favorite character and we'll run them.
Okay.
And then got some basketball too, man. Me and Bella got busy putting some opening some tins and a couple blaster boxes. She did pretty good, man. So she gives me permission. They're
Oh,
going on tomorrow as well. Yeah. So there are a few out there. Yeah, a lot of ice that she actually pulled. So those will be available out of Prism 2024 WNBA. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. But yeah, Marvel. Speaking of Marvel, this also came back. Let's get out of here.
I
what
believe
we
that's
got
a
here?
one-on-one sketch card, right?
Yeah, so this is 2011.
2011.
Yep, Marvel Universe, Rittenhouse.
Sketch
And
effects.
so Rainier Lagoonstad, I think is how you pronounce it, is the artist. This is a sketch effects of Black Panther. This is Gem Mint 10. And this is the back. So
Absolutely
yeah,
sick.
happy to get this. And that's one of the main reasons we're gonna be going Marvel tomorrow
Okay.
to
There
celebrate
you
this
go.
Joker right here. It'll be on display, but yeah, just for now, just letting
It
it
might be a
marinate.
mortgage payment.
You
Let
just
just
chilling.
let it marinate. May take some offers. We'll see.
All
But
right,
yeah,
and YAYBO bookmark it, whatnot.
yeah, yay, yay.
YAYBO. Also, um, we are Jerry and I are going to be in Grove City, Ohio, on Sunday for Car Collectors 2. I guess first car show that's happening this Sunday. So if anybody in the Ohio Valley, Midwest, Canada, or Japan, come on and come on
Deals
out.
and
Like I
steals.
said, we'll be there. Deals and steals. Trust me. Jerry got a banger for y'all asses. And y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready
We got
for
it.
it.
We got a
But
few. We got a few.
speaking of
That's good.
JP, yo, tell him what's up.
So, bro, first off, I'm gonna die on this hill. It's been a wild week in the hobby, bro. It's fucking great. So, I mean, it's wonderful even in the sense of like I called Amani today and said, "Hey, look, I was able to buy something at the shop, and it resells for 25. Bought it for 5. Like that's still alive. People are still like able to go fishing. Um, this past weekend,
Absolutely.
I worked something a little different. This was the Huntsville. Uh, it's Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, and so it's closer to a Comic Con than it is a card show.
Mhm.
But I had a buddy who was representing a brick and mortar store. Long and short, he said, "Hey, I need help. You get a vendor pass, help me set up, help me run, but whatever you want to do with a book bag and walk around is your own business." And it was a great expo first and foremost. I mean, there were giant names like Priscilla Presley, William Shatner, Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really interesting. I mean, they had wrestlers like Booker T, Thunder Rosa.
Hey, Booker
Um,
T is a huge name, man.
he's a
To
huge
have that, yeah,
name.
that's a huge wrestler, man. He's
Yes,
Hall of Fame Supreme. Yeah,
bro.
Booker T.
Eddie Staples, the comedian. He was on My Name's Earl, all the movies in like the
Yeah,
90s and
Oh
2000s.
snap!
Jason Lee was there, Jamie Presley, which she was another like uh big name back in the day.
mm.
The original second Yellow Ranger, Karen Ashley was there. Walter
Oh,
Jones, the Black
really?
Ranger, was there.
Yeah. Okay, he comes to a
Um,
lot.
S-
Yeah.
Steve Cardinals, the Red Ranger, he was there. However you say his
I'm
last
just
name.
glad Zach is still coming back to Huntsville. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, shout out if you wanted to Google that. You might see a funny story. Shout out
Yeah,
HPD.
yeah.
Uh, Sarah Nettachini, or however you say her last name, the voice in Pokemon of like a more modern Ash Ketchum.
Oh, okay.
Um, the mom from Encanto, she was there. Ariel, I mean, just monster names were there. Uh, as far as the show, it was. I think they said they sold 10,000 tickets before
What?
God
weekend passes.
almighty. Whoa.
Time
And
out.
when is this? When is this thing?
Every weekend of the draft. It's every weekend of the draft. That's all. Every
Every week.
last weekend of April.
Yep.
Every
It,
year.
yep.
Always last
Now
weekend.
look, I know you was there last year, and
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, are we okay? So hold on. First of all, let's just put this in perspective. What Huntsville is doing right
So
now.
so so hold on real quick.
Yeah.
So to fill everybody in, Pops, comics,
Yeah.
Pokemon,
All that. Yeah.
uh collectibles. They had Gundam sets, like build your own Gundams. They had cosplay. They had meet and greets, photographs, autographs. I mean, I had buddies who bought comic books there for 65 bucks and immediately resold them for 3 or 4 times that number.
Mm.
One of my buddies got lucky and won a raffle to spend $100 and sold that same item for a mortgage payment. And I mean a healthy mortgage payment on a $300,000 house kind of mortgage payment.
Get it?
And he
Get
just
Morgan.
he won it in a raffle.
Crazy.
Um, it was crazy. So I just always love a con over a card show. So you'll have stuff priced. People walk up, and
We say it time and time again. Yeah.
it's never any animosity, right? It's always, hey, hey Amani, throw our names on. Uh,
Oh
it'd
yeah.
be like, hey Amani, you've got this card for 25 bucks. Would you take 20 for it? It's like, yeah, okay, I would
Right.
consider that. Versus you go to a
Mhm.
card show and that same instance, right? You've got it up for 25 and they go, yeah, I saw a sale 3 years ago that this same thing sold for $3. Would you take $3? And you're like, Well, 2 weeks ago sold for 27. Yeah, but I want it for $3. And actually I want it at 70% of $3.
Let me put that in English for y'all people out there. Less comps than what at a car show. They're not comping when Bill Clinton was in office, okay? That's just
No.
put
No.
that out there.
No. They were like, is
Yeah.
anybody under the desk? No. So that blows. So
Oh, that'll
what
round
I
them
was going to
out.
say is what I think was
That's-
interesting
that's-
is how many moms were there. And so the booth I was help working, we had fugglers, which are the ugly teeth,
Oh.
eyeball, weird things you can get at Walmart, Target, Funkos, video games, comics. I mean, they had autographs from like Bluey, the mom and dad, Boy Meets World, like all these other different autographs,
Wait, what?
wrestlers.
Bluey, the dog?
Yes, the show. They had the voice actors of the mom and dad on a first edition DVD of the first series.
Whoa.
I mean, just cool stuff. Like, it might not be a play now, but you think 10 years, 20 years, that feels like a great
It's a play
idea.
now.
It is 100% a play now. I listen.
Play now.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. And it's JSA certified on both autographs and everything.
That's crazy.
Stickered
That's
with matching.
crazy.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Bluey the cartoon. We get
Yes.
Right. It is big right now. It's huge, right?
huge.
Yeah.
So, well, at first, people thought Pokemon, they were like, it's not that big. Now, what, 20 plus, almost 30 years later, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But yeah, the cons, it's way more friendly of an environment. I mean, it's the question of, do you have tap or can I swipe a card? You know what I mean? It's not there's no hostility, and there was a ton of trading. And I can't tell you once again. So we talked about this last week, offering people strong. So at the booth, basically the same thing I do at most other people's booth is I'm just a buyer, right? So literally Tommy would be working the booth. Some kid would walk up and go, I want to sell stuff. He goes, walk to Jerry. I would hand bags or I was pricing stuff. And man, I could just fly through it. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Hey, this is $30. You're a kid. We'd give you 25. We'd give you 28 trade, but 30 trade really depending on what it is. But if you just wanted cash, that would be the number 25. And we wouldn't give an adult that. I mean, I like to pay 70%, sell at 80. Rinse, recycle, repeat. Leave meat on the bone for the next person. But we had so many little kids that come back and they'd be like, yeah, we went to other people and they were really low. Would you still buy it? Yes, we would. Or, hey, you have packs. Could we trade it for packs? Well, okay, if you're going to trade it for packs, we'll give you a better deal. Here's $35 in packs. Or, if it's something really good, whatever, because the packs, they get distribution numbers. So
Yeah. That's good.
he's got wiggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting selling video games because literally the only follow-up question is, do you sell a longer cord for this? Does this work? But they put on the thing, work, or this one's just parts. Yeah, right there on it. So it's just no question.
Did you see Mario Kart get sold from
64? Yeah, 100%.
from the N64?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a CBI one with a nice cover did $125. Something along that.
Okay.
Now, just for craziness, at this same booth, he had a sealed Mario 64.
Graded?
No, not graded. 1,500. And now you look it up and you go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's very
50.
low.
No, it's actually a great price.
Yes, that's a
But
very good
I
price.
just was like, I would spend the money to grade it and it wouldn't be backed by National, but it
But
would
that's
move.
but
It
it
would
would
move.
it,
It
it,
would move. But yeah, I'll just tell you, all over, I think anybody who is going to card shows should take the time to go to one or two cons.
yes.
100%.
Honestly, we
And
talk about it a lot, man. For
and,
real,
and
cons are
so
great.
I used it as an opportunity. I had a fat stack of just really cheap, low end stuff. So I just found certain dealers and I would just trade up. I'd go, hey,
Mm,
you've got one big card. I'm going to trade above, you've got a card for $195. How about I give you 210 value? And he's sitting there and he goes, man, this is pretty good stuff. He goes, and I'm like, okay, well, how far off? He goes, I don't know, $5. Bam, done. You know what I mean? Like, don't be stingy, because it's like, okay, I have to move all of this other stuff or this one thing.
Right.
Well, so I just kept doing that all day. And shout out to Andreas. What is it? Free Runner Collectible or
a free runner.
hey, Free Runner. It
Yes.
is a free runner.
Right.
So me and him just did a really fat deal that is really going to help me out this weekend with me and Amani going to
Grove City.
Ohio.
Mhm.
But
Shout
yeah,
out to Sam.
I was able to pick up a Moonbryon. We just we
Whoa.
just we we just traded a fat stack, a little bit of some dough. It was a win for him. It was a win for me. Um, I like to travel light, as you boys and girls hear on here often. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
fan of just throwing stuff in a book bag and saying, "Hey, let's go figure it out, table to table." But I'm a people
Greg, you
person.
own it. You be on it.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
You be on it.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I've walked up to a table and somebody goes, "Hey, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that." So for instance, one of the dealers that I had done quite a few deals with who helped me out. He said, hey, I'm really into this. I think it was a Ninja Turtles comic book, something, right? And it was like Ninja Turtles, Invisible Man, something. And it was a high grade. And
Mm.
it was about $1,000. And so he goes, man, if you can get it for a lower price, whatever. Well, I go over there and I said, oh, well, hey, I know these guys. This is the Deep. I said, they're super into Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I said, how about I bring him over when his buddy comes to give him a bathroom break and you just try to work a deal out? And so I'm sitting there talking to him. I said, hey, look, my other buddy over here is really, really, really interested into this comic, right? And so he's sitting there and I think he just did a deal with Sealed Product and said, hey, look, I'll trade above the value you're asking. But shout out the homie who helped me out was Nerdvana, and I want to say they're in
Mhm.
Tennessee. He was a
Yeah, shop.
great dude. He's a shop, physical
Okay.
place.
All right.
Me and him did deals pretty much every day, bro. Because I mean, I had people walk up and sell me stuff, and I walked over there and sold him stuff, traded. I mean, it was great. Yeah, Nirvana, he did really well.
I
But
like
yeah,
that name, Nerdvana.
and then the other person I wanted to shout out was Thin Castle Pokemon Gym, and he's on YouTube. And Thin Castle Pokemon was another really good dude to do deals with, and super easy. Both those guys were with their wives set up. Now I will say, I did actually FaceTime Amani on the last day, and I said, next time we set up at a
Mm.
con or a con style, we have to
Mm-hmm.
steal this fortress style that this guy and his wife did. And it was beautiful because it was that grid wall. And he did a
Mm-hmm.
border around because he was a corner spot, right? And
Oh
so
yeah, the
he
corner.
wrapped
Oh,
yes.
it's beautiful. Yeah, you could
So
do
so
more with the
he
corner.
wrapped it around the side of the corner and then stuck a little middle table in there, and it was a
Mm-hmm.
come sell to me spot. And then on the other part
Jeez.
of it was his showcases, and he
Oh
took the
yeah.
grid wall and went above and over his display case. So he had all these plushies and all these toys hung from the little hangers. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, welcome to the fucking shop. Like
Yeah.
it was
that
beautiful.
was that
It
the
was
one, the same one that had the pay window too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The pay window, buy window. That
Yeah.
was the
Okay.
come sell me your stuff, put your stuff down on the table, I'll give you a price.
Did he
And
have
it
a
was
nice line?
Oh yeah. No, it was crazy.
so I will say there were only 4 or 5 booths that sold cards at all. Shout out to Titus with Nerd Stop. He was another guy that I did a bunch of
Shout
deals
out
with.
Titus.
And Titus is the GOAT. If you're in what is it, Hazel
Yeah.
Green, Meridianville?
I mean, about the same. I think it's in
It's
Hazel
right
Green
there
now.
on the line between the two
Yeah.
of them. I depend on which way you throw your frisbee. But he always throws great trade days. But he was another vendor that had a great setup as well because he actually kind of had a whole island, but he was in between 2 other islands, and it was like a physical walk in. And he had those. What are the jewelry booths where it's like you can spin it at the bottom and it spins the whole thing? Like, well, they'll put watches or whatever. So he put slabs.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the display case?
Yeah, the display. Yeah, he had like
Yeah.
6 of them where it's just out and you can just like,
Huh.
it was beautiful. And then walked up and then it was a showcase. And then they had a cool, interesting buy window where they took 2 tables and stacked it on top of each other.
What?
What?
So they put product on top of the second table. They sat
Mhm.
down and talked to you through the window of the other. And it worked really well. Like
Then
they
they weren't worried
they-
about the table falling or nothing like that, huh? I wonder how they secured it. I'd have been worried.
You ain't lying on that one.
Somebody bump it or
fact,
something. Yeah.
You ain't lying on that
it
one.
was super secure. Well, it wasn't the equivalent size table. It was a smaller plastic,
Yeah.
like
I got you.
picnic, like it's a side
Okay.
table kind of thing, but it
Got you.
still was
Got you.
enough to where you
Understood.
could put ETBs on it.
Right.
So they didn't have to like hang under it. It was just that little front part. But yeah, it was a great idea. I mean, honestly, that's what I love going to these cons is you shout out to Funko Queen. She efficiently uses a space so much from that
She
con
does.
Oh my
style.
gosh.
You know
She
what I mean?
does.
Yeah.
She does, man.
Y'all gotta come
You
up
got to,
next year.
you got to see her work. Oh, she would. I mean, she probably would thrive at a show like that. Actually.
So literally at the booth that I was working at, we had a wall of Funkos that would make DJT happy. He'd be like, "Bro, that was the wall I was talking about." We by the end of the show,
Hmm.
literally we went from like 7, 8 for real full boxes to barely 2. Like they were out in droves, and it was
Yeah.
crazy because he
Crazy.
had so many and they had damaged boxes and stuff like that. And so literally they
Hmm.
were like, most Funkos start at $5. And if you want to throw a better offer, buy more. And so some of these people were buying 3 Funkos and they were like, you want to do $12 with tax?
She was about to
Yeah.
die.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, do you want a bag for that? And like,
Did they? Did they have sports?
they had sports Funkos. They had every kind of Funko.
Wow.
It was so. What was interesting is you get the dads over there in the sport Funkos,
Hmm.
right? But then all the ladies are going through all the kind of like, hey, here's a Pokemon one. Here's like they had the Disney princesses.
Oh yeah.
They had a ton of stuff. But I mean, bro, when I tell you at the beginning of the Thursday or whenever we set up Friday, when I think it was Thursday late, long and short, he goes, yeah, Jerry, we're not getting a U-Haul to take this stuff back. He goes, we're just selling everything. And when I tell you,
Yeah.
I drove the second biggest or the biggest U-Haul through the Von Braun Civic Center, had to fold the mirrors in. It was so tight.
Really.
Literally, the tire was pulling some of the skirts off of people's tables. It was so tight from the pillars. And I got like 2 people on the left, 2 people on the right. And they're like, you kind of look good. And then Tommy, the guy who's with me, he goes, oh, we've got insurance on it. Whatever, you're fine. And I go, Tommy, I don't think that covers inside of a fucking building.
Oh snap!
I
Right,
was like,
right,
I think
right.
that's only on a public road.
Oh
He's
snap!
like, you can give it some gas. And I'm like, no, only brake. Only brake. And then we
That's
go to hit
hilarious.
the turn right where the doors are. And the guy who's working the event, he goes, I think you look good. And I said, could I back up like 10 feet just to cut it a little sharper? He goes, well, let me get these people out the way and you can. And I'm like, why are they walking behind it? Come on. I can't
Right,
see
right, right,
anything.
right, right.
But yeah, he goes, you kind of look good. Tommy gets
How
out and he
did you
goes,
get that job, Jared? Great day, man. To drive the
because
truck
I was
in the front
afraid
ride.
Tommy was going to wreck it into a
Oh my
building.
gosh, you ain't lying.
Oh
The
my
mirrors
He
would have
was
been
god.
at, no,
gone.
when I tell you he was giving it gas near those like pillars, and I'm like, Tommy, no, slow. And he's like, vroom, vroom. Bro, I'm creeping. I'm just a little bit of brake, just a little tappy tap, little tappy tap. Happy
Shout out to,
Gilmore would have been
shout out to
proud.
Tommy, man.
Little
Shout out.
tap.
We gotta get a table next year.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
Marcus
I
or
mean,
Yabo, you got to. It's
I'm
honestly,
down. I'm down.
it's so
Straight up.
clutch.
Yeah, we gotta get a table next year. We might just go the whole island. Might as well.
And listen, I
Bars.
mean, people were just bringing cool stuff left and right. I mean, honestly, and when you say you think sports wouldn't sell there, my buddy Ryan, he brought some sports, and when I tell
Yeah,
you he could have paid for 2 or 3 islands with the amount of sports he sold to
That's where
two
to
or three
go.
individuals.
That's where to go.
And them islands were not cheap, I promise you.
mm-mm.
I said we get it. Now, like I said, if we get them, I mean, look, I'm be going Thursday anyway, so I gotta be in Pittsburgh next year. But other than that, uh, I said we set up. We up in there.
Yeah,
All the
man.
way in
We
there.
have to say the date when they come out with the,
Well, Amani's
information
never
for
going to be able
next
to
year.
show up. He would rather go to the NFL thing.
You're right about that, 100%.
I
And
mean, but we'll see how the schedule works.
you
You
gotta go
never know.
Pittsburgh next year, and it's gonna be either Washington or Denver the following 2 years, and then it's Buffalo after that.
I like Washington.
We don't, and so
You gotta
well,
like
y'all
DC,
finna
man.
get
It's Soccer City.
y'all finna get a
It's Soccer
new
City.
stadium
And go back to the city.
and go back to the city. They wasn't even in
Understand that.
Washington. It was somewhere in Baltimore somewhere.
It's land over, man. Submarine.
so
Anyway.
so yeah. So shout out to everybody that was there, but also Tops and Fanatics had a little meeting this weekend at the little Tops meeting or this. Now look, we went there, so all this information I gotta give credit to Sports Card Nonsense.
Mm.
But let's get credit for that right quick.
Yeah, we do like the Commanders. I mean, that's a pretty interesting autograph right there, number to 25. I mean,
We
is
do. We do love
Jaden
DC.
Daniels a big name? Is that a big name, guys? I don't know. I'm
We
confused.
do love
For everybody
DC.
who's just an
The
audio, you're
nasty.
honestly missing out. I mean,
I haven't heard of
literally, Yabo.
Oof.
Whose mask are you rocking right now? I think that's the Black Panther.
You know what I'm saying? You see,
And then I'm over
Chadwick
here rocking.
Boseman's Black Panther. That's who
And
it
then
is.
Amani, what am I over here rocking? What is this in my hand?
I got Jalen Daniels auto out of 25.
Oh, and
Nasty.
it's on card too,
And
by
it's
the
on
way.
card.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
That's
I mean, it's just
Sure.
light work.
Picked up
that
at
is nasty.
the Comic Con this weekend.
Picked up at the Comic Con. Yeah, no big deal. I mean, just
No big
another one
deal.
picked up at the Comic Con.
See, that's
So,
what you
Little
gotta
little
love
moon
about the
kitty.
Comic Cons.
What's it?
Little moon
That's
kitty.
what you got.
If and like I said, we're gonna stress this year. If you're into sports cards and you go to these card shows, and like I said, card shows is been picking up, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But you have a local Pokemon show, Comic Con, TCG, whatever. Go
Take
to
it with
it.
that.
Yeah, I would
Get
agree.
your butt
Go
out the
to it.
bed.
Here
Go
goes
to it.
another cool
Yeah.
one. This one is a gold to 10 rookie from NBA Hoops. Just no big deal. No big deal. I mean,
So go
you
to
know.
it. Go to it.
Oh,
So little
beautiful.
so like I said, so Tops had their annual Tops greeting meeting, whatever you want to call it. Um but like I said, we wasn't there. So this is not a paid
Yeah, they
sponsorship
they didn't invite us yet. We
yet.
are still waiting,
But
honestly.
so all the information I'm finna say is basically we gotta give credit to Sports Card Nonsense and everybody because they was there. So I'm just rebuttaling basically what they're basically talking about. Stuff that I like that was there. And
Mm.
to get a summary of basically what's going on, if people don't know, Tops for their what's it like for like the exclusive shop owners and
So
breakers
so
Mm.
this is people with distribution. Basically,
distribution
they're
basically
laying out the groundwork
of what to
of
do.
Mm.
and
Yes.
this is kind of my interpretation. It seems as if they're laying out the groundwork to have success within this industry, and this is their for dummies guideline on how to do that.
Yeah, because you could go. This is your if you're a breaker or you're a shop owner, this is your time to go. Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? You know what I'm saying? This is and for what I understand, and this is what I like about the fanatics part of this is that they are helping people build up
Mm.
their business, build up their breaks, and all this other stuff. Like this is what this is for. The main thing for me that I have heard out of this conference is they're gonna have mystery shoppers on breaks now.
Mm.
So ain't no acting out no more.
Like
Well, I mean, first,
auditors type
yes,
Yes.
yes,
to audit.
kind of like what they do at Walmart and Target and any major retailer store. They have the person who's walking around to see whether an employee or a person is doing shady.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then basically, like I said, they just buy something. They probably see about, hey, how fast they ship it out, all this other stuff, just to make it better. See if you basically on your P's and Q's of the guidelines that, hey, you're gonna break with us, this is what you're gonna have to do. Now, I
Okay.
like that a lot. They should have been did that.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Whatnot should have been did that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I like about that. I think with the other um for what I understood that was also going on is that they're seeing a lot of growth in the hobby, especially on the international side. Now, Fanatics opened up
Yeah.
their shop in London, and I think the European market that's just untapped.
I was gonna say all the homies that I have across the ocean. I mean, they're all super, super into it. They just are screwed in the sense
It's hard to
of
get product.
they, yeah, you can't go to a Walmart, you can't go to a Target.
Hmm.
Anything that ships to, you know, any of them, it doesn't really matter what part. If it goes across the ocean, that's like an extra $20 shipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, shout out, I had a buddy, Tom, and so he would send his stuff to a breaker that he would break with, and it would even be slabs he purchased on eBay. And he'd just say, "Hey, I already have to pay a lot for this one package, anyways. Can you throw as much as you can in one package?" You know, it's
Mm.
it is not an easy task for our international men and women in the hobby.
But now it's going to get a whole lot easier. Place
But
that
hey,
thing
I
in
do know
Germany. Yeah.
somebody who does ship internationally, though. I would love to mention our sponsor, Connect Collect. You can go to connectcollect.shop today.
Now,
That's right.
he said that's right.
That's
Also,
right, Jerry. You tell me.
um, we seeing that
Tell me.
also the expanding of in Europe also. We also have NBA buybacks. They announced that. So let me just preface this.
So okay. So they announced that they're going to have NBA buyback. So now that there will be NBA, NFL, and MLB buybacks,
Hmm.
right? Did I hear them
I
correctly?
I don't know about MLB. They haven't announced football either. What
No,
I
no, no,
see.
no. I thought that they've already had Major League Baseball back.
They've done Major League
Yeah,
Baseball
that's what I'm
buybacks.
saying. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
do.
Talking
saying.
Oh
about
yeah,
my
MLB. Yeah,
MVP.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
they've done
thinking of
MLB.
soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. No, I
and
was
WWE
disappointed that they
also.
did. I was disappointed they didn't do one for
Oh,
WNBA.
Well, they don't
I'll
have the
be
license
honest.
for it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you wait for WNBA.
Release an unlicensed product. Let them know.
That's a wrap. I don't even think they're gonna
mm,
touch it. I think what Panini, which Panini should do, they should guard that license because that's basically the only thing they basically got now. They should guard that license.
no, it's a
They
major one to have.
they should
It's a major one to have.
they should re up on it. And like I said in previous episodes, they're an idiot if they don't come out with some kind of national treasures or
Multi-sport something, or yeah.
just WNBA, not multi-sport.
Oh well, yeah,
It's
but
Yeah.
no.
it just
Throw
gotta
throw
be
some fucking Patrick Mahomes
high
autographs
end.
in there.
You
It'll
need
sell.
high end, like a flawless. Flawless is selling WNBA. They definitely sell. I mean,
Yeah.
golly, like I said, the prisms way more than the NBA, way more because you know what you're getting. But so, like I said, so they launching that, which I like the NBA because I'm just because that's just one person. That's what I'm guessing. It's just one person. It's not just two in two divisions or how
It's not.
WWE is. It has to be just one person, one MVP.
It's not two. Yeah, it's not two different
Yeah.
like leagues. Basically.
So so that was
Yeah.
so I like that. But also this is what Gabriel, this is what I want to talk to you about is that now they have the Bowman Red Rookie Redemption. They
Mm.
announced those. So basically they have with the RC, I think it's only it was with the rookie. So with the RC on the card, it's red,
Hmm. Yeah.
and basically it's a buyback program. And it's
Ooh.
like, and yeah, so it's different. They win like, if they win like rookie of the year right here,
Hmm.
or they win like in like an MVP or Cy Young award, you get money on that. 2-time
Hmm.
MVP, you get money on that. But if they make it all to the Hall of
Okay.
Fame, you get
Mm.
really that's where the big money come in. They make the Hall of Fame.
Really? I mean, you
Now
got a long
it's
time to wait.
but see that's what I was saying though. Is it more of like because we're getting back into collecting?
I mean, yeah, but it's like, who you gonna collect? Who you collecting for? Are you collecting it for you, the middle aged collector, me? Collecting it for your kids to look at later on,
It
who
has to be the
might not even
kid.
care about, who might not even care about what you collecting. So that's
That's
what
what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying, man.
When people stay all the way to
Yeah, yeah.
would they be all the
If
way? Would you keep a card all the way to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, if it was my team and I, leading the guy, like let's say a Jaden Daniels, yeah,
What?
yeah. I'm not, you know,
Said
of
future Hall
course.
of Famers. Speaking of future Hall of Famers, um,
He has a better trajectory than anybody to be a Hall of Famer after the first year.
well, second year slump is on the way. But speaking of first year, second year
Rise
people,
up.
exactly. NFL draft was this weekend. I think
Yes.
everybody was looking for Shador. I was there. It was great. It was hell getting up there, and I probably won't be going back to Green Bay. I probably won't be going back to Green Bay. I tell you, those houses right next to the field, they was charging
Yeah.
$180 for parking.
Hey, I saw videos of that.
I ain't
That
trying to do all
was
that.
I mean, they do that in like
They
any
do that in
town.
Tuscaloosa.
They do that in Darlington, South
Not
Carolina.
180.
Oh yes, they do.
No,
Oh yes,
I
they do.
never paid. I'm a park close to the
Not
stadium.
100. Yeah.
I never paid $180. I've been to a lot of Alabama games. I
You
never
you want a
paid.
two block walk?
It's not 180. I parked in the gate of Tuscaloosa of Bryant Denny Stadium. It was never $180. They is
Amani's eyes just turned brown because he's so full of shit.
nope. Matter of fact, like I said, I go to Tallahassee this year.
We can ask the Black Panther. He's seen it.
Even for I've never seen
Which first off,
180.
for our audio listeners, if you haven't gotten it, we have a new guest on the show tonight,
Yeah.
and you're missing it. It's the Black Panther.
So, but I mean, I park far. I wouldn't definitely want to pay that. Like I said, if I'm not paying that in Tuscaloosa or Atlanta, I only pay that in Atlanta. I only pay that in the NFL game. I said
For real, man.
I said these people are tripping when they had
I
those signs
mean,
out.
I think I did pay like paid 70 at Collecticon.
Yeah. That was no, yeah, I know I paid because I was at the hotel. I paid. Matter of fact, I paid for 2 nights because I had to pay for another stay. And that was 120 for parking at the what was I at? Signia. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go back. One of
Yeah,
my
but
favorite
nah,
hotels in Atlanta.
the dudes though, they hooked us up for the weekend though, man. They went back the next day. They took care of us. We are friends now. We got friends down there by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium now. Can help us park. 2 blocks from the stadium. Easy.
The oh yeah, oh the one.
Easy.
I know you're talking about them. Yeah, shout out to them.
They're awesome young men.
Yeah, I was trying to get you to the hotel, but
Oh man, nah, they gave me barbecue. They
I know I remember that. Yeah, it was crazy.
yeah,
I know.
man. It was
Yeah.
nice. It was sweet.
Yeah, that's shout out to everybody over there. That's when Kansas City came to town. Boy, it was crazy getting out of there.
It was.
So we gonna but like I said, speaking of the draft, I just want to say that Falcons definitely did well in the draft. And this is our Super Bowl year. We
I
addressed all
mean,
the problems.
I wouldn't go that far at all.
I would.
I mean, you don't even know what your quarterback gonna do or
We
be.
had the best
So
offense,
I mean,
and
y'all got a solid offense.
now we have the best defense.
Who's Kyle Pitts replacement?
We don't worry about Cal. Listen, first of all, I think Calvin. Okay, look.
Who's his replacement?
We have to listen. This is what I fear.
Never mind.
Okay. No. This is what I fear. Don't be throwing hands up. And don't put your hands down. And so the thing I fear is that because he's on a contract year. And so I think he is he's probably gonna ball out this year. And then we won't have to George Kittle just got paid. He's the top tight end that right now. If Kyle Pitts goes off this year, we're gonna we're gonna have to pay this guy.
Heck
and I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. I can't do it. We cannot pay this guy at all. So, but also, like I said, shout out to Carolina. Carolina also had a best draft too. We're gonna win Super Bowl.
Man, for everybody who is just audio, we are literally just on here fucking with each other right now. I'm over here holding a sign up, and if you can't read this sign because you're audio, go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube.
Because if you could just see Amani's face as he read it.
I think
you said the Falcons are winning the Super Bowl this year.
We're winning the Super Bowl this year.
All right, how much money are we putting on it?
This is I'm gonna look at the odds. I gotta look at the odds. So I definitely throw 5 on it.
I'm ready
Yeah.
to
So
do some Washington odds this year for real. Over and under on wins. Start off the season with. I'll take that one automatic.
well, I know we're definitely gonna win the NFC. But I don't know because the Eagles, like
You
I said,
tripping?
Eagles out here loaded up again. Like I don't know how they would get. I see the Eagles. They be spreading rumors, so they be out here spreading rumors on people they want to get, and they start drafting out and they start going down right there to them. They'll snatch them up.
I mean, but you can beat the Eagles. We beat the
We
Eagles. I
beat the Eagles last
mean,
year.
ain't no worries.
Yeah, we beat the Eagles last year. They ain't
It
coming.
can get done.
And also, I just wanted to say this for all my Eagle fans out there: y'all did draft Will Howard, so Jalen better
Dog,
watch out.
dog.
That's all I'm gonna say. And
Hmm.
also for my betting people out there, look at Carolina. Also, Carolina Panthers loaded up.
Xavier Leggett,
Do they got to do it from Arizona?
straight out succulent. Man, man. Yeah, he fast too.
And then, like I said, now the pressure goes off Leggett now, and he can definitely do what he's gonna do. But I feel like they got a better receiver than Leggett.
Hey, no, I don't know about all that.
I,
But they got Joe Horn's son too, man.
they just signed him.
Right.
I think they just signed. I think they just gave him another deal.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Their weapons, and they just got Hunter Renfro too.
Hey, hey, you can't say he ain't got no targets.
Oh, he got
Dudes that
mad
know how to
targets. That's what
run
I'm saying.
routes.
He
Right.
got all offensive line, and then he got the targets now.
Hey, just like
So
Alabama, just like old times, just like back in Alabama.
it was great.
What
So,
is it?
TCG and non-sport over sports, baby.
It is. I mean, Pokemon rule all the shit. You know that
but I think
they
the
rule all of it.
um
And allegedly right now there are some rumors of some Pokemon cards that are errors that you can faintly see the name of sports football players
oh
on.
yeah, I see
So right now there's a Pokemon card and they've got kind of the imprint of a Tua Tagovailoa name.
Tagovailoa,
Yeah, Tagovailoa.
Follow.
Yeah, spell that real quick. I can't. You can't either. You're Googling it.
Tag
Bullshit.
Alova.
Alova, that's right.
The Lova.
It took me forever.
Oh,
It took me forever to learn it. I remember Alabama had a on their social media page.
First off,
yeah.
for anybody who says Alabama is an uncultured state, when you don't understand the amount of rough rednecks that were like, Tua Tagovailoa,
Oh my god, it was terrible.
and it took a couple months. It took a
and
couple
then the
months.
worst part was okay. This is what people need to do. F Georgia, right? Georgia always on purpose.
First off, it
Georgia.
was Bama and
Hell,
Georgia
Georgia.
that so many teams picked up. I mean,
Oh
they
no,
wanted
Ohio
to.
State cooked.
Ohio State was up there too.
I ain't gonna lie, Ohio State cooked every time. It was every. They
Yeah.
probably drafted about 5 to 6 around. I was like, dang. I talked to some guy there. I was like, dang, I know how it feels now because everybody
But
looked at
Bama,
Alabama get
Bama's
drafted.
still in the league though.
Of course, I mean, of
Like
course,
in the,
yeah, of
matter of
course.
fact, I saw some stat. It said 100. They have 100
But you gotta listen. We're young. You know what I'm
players
saying? We're young,
drafted.
and we have nobody coming out of the portal too. Into the portal. Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna
First to
hate us on
100.
fall time. Yeah, y'all are going to hate us in the fall
Roll
time.
motherfucking tide.
Look, we
Roll
could
Tide.
get. Listen,
a piss about nothing but the tide.
let me tell you something.
Speaking of
Let's
that,
hear.
hold on.
Let's hear Roll
Speaking of
Tide.
that,
Tell 'em,
didn't
Jay.
Drewski just get an autograph?
Drewski, Alan Ginter. Drewski has an auto, and Alan Ginter. Alan Ginter.
And then FaZe Clan is out here ripping.
So look, yeah. Well, let me tell you about this, right? Now I do want a Drewski auto. Let me just I
Hold
want
up,
to put
man.
that
I
out there.
know I appreciate that, man, but they ain't Walker ain't got no car yet, and Juicy got one already.
I
Walker's
thought
gonna get a
Walker
Pokemon card.
that'd be to put
He
him
got a
in a.
Pokemon car.
I mean
Oh, he's going to. He's
that would
going
be the
to.
play.
I'm saying, man, they ain't. Yeah,
Walker still
Walker
don't have a
need a
card,
car.
He should.
but
I ain't seen one yet.
yeah,
Walk
well,
of fame, cause my motherfucking. Never mind.
yeah. Well, let me tell you this what's going on in the. Look, let me tell everybody that's going on in the hobby right now that nobody's reporting on. I don't know who these because Face Clan is pretty big. On my YouTube page, there's there was so I told Jerry there was one guy that I saw on there. He was Face Clan, and he'll go. Is this all in California because it's Burbank, right? They go to
Mm.
Burbank sports cars, and they go into the sports cars streaming. Okay, guy has a backpack on. I mean, they're doing the streaming and everything. He goes into Burbank. I mean, they're buying hobby boxes for their stuff.
Mm.
Let me just get this. Let me just get this. Let me get this. Blah blah blah. Right now, the one guy there was so it's two guys. Then the two guys came on. One guy that I told Jerry about, he does Pokemon, so he loves ripping the Pokemon stuff, right? So he's on
Mm.
there buying all with 151, right, and all that sort of stuff.
Mm.
And so and then they're streaming the whole thing. Like these videos are like 3 hours long, right? Of them
That's
going into the
smashing.
store, buying all this stuff up and everything, and just going like, yeah, I just want this, and I gotta rip this, and they're getting excited over it, going, yeah, I had this, and then like another guy from FaZe Clan to come in, and it's like, oh, would you rip? And then be like, oh, I got this right here, all this other whatever, and really learning. Also, if you hear them talking, you learn and going, okay, I should get these boxes because these boxes got this stuff in it, this and this, and they just take all the boxes home. I mean, they're spending
Mm.
maybe like $5,000 to $10,000 on wax because
That's
they don't want to do
wild.
the singles. You know what I'm saying? And they just take it home, continue the stream of just opening packs, this and this. So I'm telling Jerry this. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting like 4 to 5 FaZe Clan people. Now they ripping sport. Now one went out to Vegas, out there
Shout
at
out to Paradise.
Paradise. He went out to Paradise.
Mm.
Those are the homies.
He's doing the same
Mhm.
thing.
Dang.
I was like, I'm looking at this going. I mean, these are. Now I haven't seen like him actually doing a live, but like I said, everything's kind of recorded on YouTube. But I'm watching
Mhm.
these people going. They have. It's going to go to the point that they're going to have to go to a car show, and they're going to go to a car show with the streaming equipment. Have a guy with the camera there, all this other stuff, and just doing deals this on wax. Now I don't know if they're going to do. It might. I don't know if they're gonna switch to buying singles, but right now, like they just got a new video up before we got on, how he just
Mm.
bought $20,000 worth of Pokemon stuff. They're just over here just.
That's wild,
I
man.
mean,
For
dude,
real.
they're buying. I'm trying to tell you, they're buying football prism hobby stuff. Boom. Which one you want? Boom. And they stack it up. Get a little soccer in here. They're doing like WWE stuff, and they're just doing like prism basketball. I mean, they're buying the football with like it has like 2 cars in there. It's like a not is it Luminous, I think, something like that. Something like that. So it's
I
the
think
one.
yeah, Luminous, right. I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
So it's the one like in a black box. I think it's like just a few cars in it.
Mhm.
They're ripping that stuff up, right? Like
Yeah.
crazy. And they're back there next day. You
What?
know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Dude, they're
Oof.
back there next day buying
Yes,
this
my
stuff.
God.
And they're
The
just buying, and it
bankroll.
just keeps going up in price. About $5,000 in this, and then since it, dude. But when the people, if you see the chat, and the people, the chats are telling them what to get,
Mhm.
which year to get, and everything like that. But they're asking questions and going like, I mean, Burbank is not just giving themselves this and this. They're saying like, hey, okay, this box has Wimby in it. This box, this is a newer box, so it's not really as good as this box. But you can get the one with Kate in it. You know, they're explaining what's going on in this. Oh, this box has this in it. This box has
Right.
you can get a Ronaldo in this one, or like a Messi or whatever in this one. And they're explaining what's going on. That's why that's what I'm saying. That's what, although I mean they're buying like hella wax, but to get the education also with it, because even when they're ripping it, I think there's one guy, they got a new guy who's ripping also, and then the other guy I saw before, he said, oh yeah, that's out of 200. That's they're in their house, right? Oh, the guy's like, oh yeah, it's out of 200. There's only 200 of them in made this and this and that. Dude, the new guy that was ripping, dude, he opened a pack up. He got a Dak Prescott out of 15, and he's a Cowboys fan. He's over here thrilled. Like, oh my gosh, that's my guy. I'm like, dude, that's what you want to see.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to see. What is that?
What's that, Jerry?
So this is just a
SpongeBob?
little. No, this is a new product that's going to be coming out from Topps Chrome. It's the SpongeBob, and that is a Doodle Bob Superfractor. So there's cool stuff coming from Topps. I can't wait. Everything I've seen out the conference, it just looks insane.
And hopefully, like I said, hope we get more updates on that.
And shout out Topps Fanatics. You can always send us some products. We'll be more than happy to rip them, give a real honest review. We're happy to help. We want to have the company to have some success.
Yeah, like I said, for what they, for what they're doing and how they're doing it. I mean, I feel like it's a win-win for all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with
I can see that.
Okay, look, Jerry, the SpongeBob is gonna come out. How much hate
that's gonna go stupid
is that going to have on the people?
So much, and I'm gonna rip so much of it.
Hold on.
It's tight.
SpongeBob is gonna go crazy.
Here's the thing.
SpongeBob is huge.
So V-Friends come out this week.
Yes. By the time you're hearing this, it should be out, if not the very next day.
Let me tell you something.
If I heard correctly.
Jerry and I has been discussing V-Friends since I think whenever they announced the Chrome, right?
Oh, we've been talking about it since the original series 1.
Well, yes,
release.
but when the Chrome starts coming out, it's more of we was hesitant at first.
Yeah, and that was one of those things. I think I even mentioned that I think they're purposely not putting out what's on the checklist. Well, we kind of got a little taste of what was on the checklist. And Amani, you start out. So shout out Sports Card Nonsense had a one-on-one interview with Gary V himself at the Topps conference.
Yeah,
super good, super great. Amani, okay, I'm the V-Friends nut. I'm the NFT guy. I'm the weirdo. You tell me as a non-weirdo person, what's your thoughts on it?
So, like I said, everybody should look at the interview this, right? Here's the thing that, first of all, when Jerry tells me to go listen to the show, tell me what you think. I go, okay. When he's explaining it and the target audience of what he's trying to do with it, it makes so much sense. Kids, basically mostly little girls, family, clean atmosphere stuff, because he's explaining this is a clean, friendly, family-friendly cards, comic books, everything they have on this.
With good morals. They're trying to say kindness. Now, it is a winner mentality situation where it is, it shows competitive. Hey, hard work, dedication, determination.
And also, like I said,
consistency.
But this is up there with how Miss Rachel is on YouTube Kids, Bluey, what Bluey's doing right now. They have all these other listen, when we was growing up, well, PBS, Magic School Bus,
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow, Clifford Big Red. So now it's on another atmosphere because they're putting this in front of the kid's face. We was never putting this, we was always like, you can watch it, whatever. But these kids, this is what matter of fact, he was explaining on even Miss Rachel stuff. It was like, yeah, you're buying the toys, you're buying the videos, you're buying all this other stuff for the kids. With V Friends, it's basically he's going to have a cartoon. Well, I think he already has a cartoon, right? On it.
He already has a cartoon.
He already has
and
a
that
cartoon
was
on
that's drawn
That's
by
awesome.
the people who drew Bluey.
Yes.
Amazing.
One of the inserts he was talking about was a
Erupts.
retail. What was it called? The
Erupts.
Erupt. Yeah, and I believe
Yeah, but
that
listen
was
to
a
this.
retail parallel exclusive.
Yeah.
And it was
Nice.
drawn by the original artist
He did the kabooms
who did the original Kabooms.
with the skinny,
Oh my God.
the skinny legs one. The
Yeah,
Kaboom.
like
I
the
saw that one.
cartoon Kaboom,
Yeah.
the original
Mhm.
ones. The
That's
OG.
who.
Yes.
Yeah. He drew these erupts in the thing. 1 out of 15 cases or something like that, or
Something along that line.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then they're already selling.
Exclusive.
They're already selling.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But then that's when the argument comes over of it's not just Pokemon. Pokemon's growing.
Yeah.
We already know that. It's out here, right? If
It-
you ain't
Well,
Majorly.
not only is it out here, but what's crazy is it's just so many celebrities right now. Like, I mean, I'm seeing guys that are yoked up influencers who are just like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm working out. This is, fitness goals, PT exercises, things like that. And they're like, oh, by the way, I'm ripping Pokemon. Oh, by the
Right.
way, I'm over here playing Pokemon Pocket,
Yes.
Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
Hey, just like us, man.
Collecticons. I mean, there's so many avenues on
Just
the
like
growth
us.
of TCG and non-sports cards. Now,
Oh, shout out. I
yeah.
actually did my first battle too with somebody live at a show.
Dusted.
And
Send them packing.
yeah, shout out Andreas.
Send them packing.
He played me. We played the best of 3.
That's how you got the Umbreon. The
Yeah,
Umbreon.
Sam. Shout out to
we
my dogs.
threw that in there.
The
We
homie
said, hey.
Sam.
He played me for my card.
Pretty much took it home.
He ran out of money. Was like, Jerry, here. Just he said, well, what you need? Said,
But I mean,
Umbreon.
seriously, listen.
Yeah.
That's the yoked up, like, muscly dude from the day job, right? Who just you would never think of as Pokemon guy, and he's like, oh yeah, I play Pocket. I'll warn you, I got some good cards though. It's like, hold on, buddy, I got some cool shit too. I'm playing ranked.
Yeah.
But it's sick. I mean, honestly. And one of the things I tell people, and like moms or whatever, like even with the Pokemon, it's literally just a math game. That's all it is. It's chess meets math as far as actually playing the game. So it's like, how many turns till I beat this person, and then the chess part is, okay, what can I do to ensure a win? It's a good time.
But then also, it's not just Pokemon going up. Marvel's also going up. We talked about that at the Talladega show. And the guy next to us, he was selling Marvel
the
like
shit out
crazy. And I was like, what is this? And to the point I had to tell Yabo, hey, break it open.
Come on. Buzz it.
I said, break it open. Because even like I said, even with my Black Panther card I had on the table,
Yeah.
it's never have gotten the looks like it's been getting these last couple of months. So
The Peach
everything,
Momoko one?
yes, the universe, the Japanese one,
Right.
yeah, it's been getting looks. My Dragon Ball Z stuff selling like crazy.
Mhm.
Nobody was checking for Dragon Ball Z 2 years ago. I was just collecting it because nobody else was collecting it. But
Yeah.
it's just whole. But see, that's where the V friends come into play. Is that when he's explaining this going on, I'm going. That could be a
It's interesting.
That's the
that's a play.
angle. That's the angle. Yeah.
That's a
Absolutely.
play, and try to But then it's like when you go to these shows and stuff. That's like I mean even the Disney, like I said, the Disney stuff going up also. The
So
Star
so
Wars.
so an interesting thing with the Disney is I have an older Disney piece,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's from 1935, and it's a PSA 1, right? And so we always talk about buy the card, not the grade. If you buy rare stuff, it kind of doesn't matter, right? Like it does, but it doesn't.
Yep.
Hmm.
And here recently, one of that exact same card that looks significantly worse than mine, minus mine has a corner that's tore off 100%, but the back is completely legible. The color on the front just pops. It's clean. Sold for $750. And man, when I tell you, I bought that card for so
Mercy.
much cheaper 2-3 years ago because
And
nobody was
he
looking
got
at
and
it.
he has a better looking one.
Yeah, I have a better looking one. And here's the craziest part is when we went to the National the first time, I
Mhm.
actually traded down from a 4 of that version. The gentleman gave me
To a one.
a significant chunk, and I took the 1, but the
Mhm.
4 that I gave him, the back was messed up. Like the front looked just as good as the 1, but it had no tear, but the back was terrible. And he gave me cash on top. And I said, yeah, all day I'll trade down.
Mhm.
Don't be
Mhm.
afraid to trade down, trade up, left, right, up, down. Like that's been the superpower for the last 3 weekends for me.
And this is what we talk about. We talk about the in collector.
Yes.
We have been preaching
Love
about this to people.
love getting into the
Instead of trying to appeal to the flipper, I'm trying to appeal to the end collector.
Yeah.
get it to the final collector's hands, baby.
People always
Yes,
question like, why do I sell Formula One in hockey?
it's a beautiful
Because they
thing, man.
have in collectors, and I
It
just
make you
want to
feel
do it.
good. It you going and you
Yeah,
know it's going to a forever home.
yeah. And so, like I said,
Yeah.
but I guess so. Like I said, the market right now is very healthy. Despite, I mean, whatever you think about, whatever the hobby looks like, this. Listen, we got feet and boots on the ground. Okay, we're out here in these streets. We're not just sitting on the computer and listening to the phone, listen to other people complain and
In the
whine and stuff, and
streets.
how they're not whatever. No. Listen,
No,
the
we in
hobby
the
is healthy
streets.
right now. The hobby is growing right now. Get in this thing and stop bitching, please,
Pretty
please.
please. Church on top.
So I'm just but like I said, it's very interesting to see where this V Friends and like I said, it's already selling like crazy online too. So
You
I,
know it
I
is.
literally told him I felt bad for not pre-ordering, and I had a cheaper pre-order because I'm a Series 1 holder.
mhm.
So,
And keep holding it.
oh, first off, if I sell anything of his, that would be the very last. I would
How's that
sell
make you
his
feel though?
autograph. What do you mean?
That I feel like it's I feel like what
It's the
you
best one
did,
that I could hold.
yeah, I feel like what you did is
Mm.
going to now have like priority, you know, of what like I said, what you bought it what
Yeah,
19?
I bought it mint.
No, you bought it what year? Couple years, right?
Oh, it's 18, 19. Yeah.
Yeah, 18, 19. So and it's now, like I said, and I've always loved NFTs, right? But I always felt that it was always ahead of its time. And now with this happening
Mm.
right now, even like I said, he also explained how he had the Chrome version of these, and it was like if you held some kind of like goat NFT or something like that, you get
Mhm.
You got yeah. So on that first Series 1 NFT, he's got one that was super expensive, and it was called the Gift Goat. And
Yes.
so for every month
Uh,
that you held it, you've received a gift. Every
Yeah.
month. Every month since 18. And this is from like luxurious brands like I mean, I want to say like Gucci level, like Louis Vuitton level, like oh hey, Staple Pigeon made this 101, bam, there's 10 of them, or 1 of 10, or 555. I mean, it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, and I've gotten cool stuff with mine too.
I just found out what Staple Pigeon was this year, so
Well, you knew what the shoes were though. You already knew what the shoes were. You just
I didn't
didn't
know what it
realize the
was. Yeah,
clothing. Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't know what it was. So, but yeah, like I said, so
Good job.
watch out for Fanatics, and like I said, even with the SpongeBob stuff that's finna come out. Man, why? I mean that's stuff that you want to have.
Mhm.
I know because I know when we had the
I
matter of
want the
fact,
Magic the Gathering
It's
one.
gonna be
that's
a
what
lot
for
of people
sure.
gonna want
when
that.
we saw that was at Talladega
It
when we
looks
saw
so good.
man,
It looks
we went
so good.
crazy over that. That's what I'm saying. It's just like stuff like that. It's just everything doesn't have to be Tom Brady. I mean, it can be, but
Yeah, but
it doesn't
eventually
have
that's
to be.
going to burn out too.
So like I said, but anyway, that was good. Like I said, catch us this weekend,
Yeah.
and
Oh
we
wait, real quick.
yeah,
This might be the time to buy Giannis. It's probably the last time he's playing with Milwaukee. Shout out.
you better get it now.
Boy, it might be the last time.
He's gone.
He's
They
gone.
blew it.
You better
They
start
straight up
buying.
blew that game, man. I couldn't believe
You
they
better buy it now.
Well, shit, it ain't
oh they were
Lakers
up
in
seven
5 either,
points.
though.
21 seconds. They was up 7 points. Blew it.
Also, if you stayed here to the end, we mentioned Patrick Mahomes returning to Panini on a signature thing. I don't think he's going to sign with Topps. If he does, that'd be amazing next year. But this might be Patrick Mahomes' kind of last autos and cards. I mean, I wouldn't. Why would I keep signing? So,
Well, because he's got to sign the dual auto with the ref. All right. Remember, everybody, we're on
that would be
iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music.
So shout out to listen to every place.
That'd be funny as hell.
So listen to anywhere you listen to podcasts at. We're on there. Like I said, everybody that's listening to audio, come over to YouTube.
Yeah, for everybody who's only audio, you really missed. I mean, the entirety of the show.
We went
If
live.
anybody's audios maybe sound a little muffled, you could look at the video.
We went live. I do want to shout out. I did go live during the second and third day of the NFL draft, just to see where Shador was gonna go to. So, and that was definitely fun. So shout out to everybody that was on there. I know Mo got on there, and we talked. And but yeah, that was very that was a couple good lives. So we're gonna start doing that a lot more. Especially with the live stuff. I like doing
I'm gonna try to do the live from the bins or live from the showcases. At the shows.
That'd be nice.
Ohio, yeah.
That'd be nice. Y'all can do that.
Yeah.
Depending on the Wi-Fi scenario.
Oh boy. I should just buy. I should just buy my own Wi-Fi. So
that's what I did for 2 years. It's not bad, but it's not very fast though.
No, I mean, it's probably a lot better when I was buying internet on the little whatever
on the box. Yeah,
the little box thing.
It's mid. Jeez. It's mid at best.
Like I might as well be in an airplane. Jeez. But what? Shout out to United for.
I thought it was Spirit.
Not Spirit. United is going to have Starlink internet in their airplanes.
Don't say that. Then they're going to protest the planes when it's in the air.
I mean, hey, listen. Any good Wi-Fi that they put in.
Yeah, give me that wireless fidelity. I need that.
I need that.
I need it, bro. What are you talking about?
That Wi-Fi on the planes, boy. It's just I can't do it. And then you sign into the premium. It's even worse.
Yeah.
Though
I'm
not
not
one
paying for that
airplane have a
stuff.
good Wi-Fi. Please don't be like, well, Spirit has it. I'm not trying to listen to that. They ain't gonna fly it.
I'm gonna be asleep on that plane anyway.
So yeah,
Hey,
so
at
like,
least the door's not going to fall off or window.
I mean, it can. That's good. That's a good paycheck.
No, we're waiting
Um,
on Bowen.
shout out to Bowen.
Boing, boing,
Shout out to Bowen. But like I said,
boing.
we'll be in Ohio this weekend. Check us out. Also, we're gonna be at Collecticon in Orlando
Yeah.
at the end of May. Also, and then
Memorial weekend.
Memorial Weekend, and then come
Mhm.
National, we might have a little special gig that we're gonna be at. So a little meet and greet, we might do it, but
Yeah.
we'll see. But like I said, until the end, remember, don't walk the plank.
Do a backflip.
We out. Peace.
Yay, Bo!
Yay, Bo!